Diana.
Hey, Rachel.
So thank you for letting me come in today, and I know it's a little different since I teach phonics in your class, but thanks for letting me observe during that block and being flexible with how we did it. So to start off, what do you think went well with your lesson today?
Pacing went really well. Pacing was really good. I got everybody done on time. Everybody, I think, was able to finish their work. Maybe it wasn't best work, but they were all able to have the time to finish their work. I keep wanting to go straight into what didn't go well, sunshine. You know what I mean? And I keep wanting to. But what else went well? I think that I was trying really hard to make sure all the students in my small group were participating. So I feel like I was looking at them really closely, making sure there's accountability in terms of participation.
Yeah. Absolutely, both of those things I noticed. And I told you already about the pacing, but I mean, I know that's something we've been struggling with in phonics in general, and you were so on point with the pacing. It was really awesome to see. Also, a huge thing that I noticed was just the joy and engagement felt by students. Everybody was doing it with you, and everybody was smiling. It was really fun. It was like they were clearly really excited to be in your group. So also, in addition to that, you had high behavior expectations for the small group. So with that engagement was they knew that they were expected to do it. Also, even though the routine was a little different today, you were still positively narrating to ensure that there was also accountability still with the centers. So
they got quiet every time I did it.
They did. Oh, and one more thing. You were not wasting any time, and this goes along with the pacing. You sent them there as you were sending everybody else off, and then as they were going there, they were writing their names on their paper. So it's not like they were just sitting there doing nothing, but you had something for them to do, and they were waiting.
I was reflecting on that yesterday, and I was like, it takes forever for them to write their names, and I was like, what's a great time for them to do that? So I think a lot of that pacing had to do with having these out already and having them out on the table, and it was just a lot of prep that. Not a lot even. It wasn't really hard, but it was just a little bit of prep that went into I think making everything go more smoothly.
And I think that goes with how reflective you are every day. Every day it's going to get better and better when you are thinking about it and tweaking your routines and procedures. So way to go. So now when we move into the grows, let's take a look at your anecdotal and your student work before just going into it. So I
was I already know. I was I think I know why. It's because you and Hadley were going into the students. I was like, no! And screaming over them. Yeah, okay, anyway.
So anecdotally, what with the blending piece, so we'll talk about the actual student work for the writing afterwards, but anecdotally with the blending, since we don't have any student work, who was with you and who wasn't with you?
So I'm noticing that it's kind of extends to a lot of different subjects. But in terms of blending, I think that Ariank was struggling a little bit. Jonathan, in terms of just engagement, I think developmentally, he's a little bit more TK than the rest of my TKs. And so I think that I really, really need to be able to stick with him to make sure that he is really listening, because he can do it when he takes his time and he gets distracted super easily. I'm trying to think. Julian is struggling a little bit, and I think it's mostly from a language barrier. I was talking to him, I was like, do you like it better when I talk in English or Spanish? He's like, Spanish, please. And they're just certain things sound-wise, and I think blending-wise, that it's different in English, and so it doesn't come as naturally to him. But I think really a lot of my first group was struggling with it, especially when I compared to how my second group was.
So here's my next question for you: is how do you know that they were struggling, those students were struggling, as opposed to Danella? How do you know who was struggling and who wasn't?
They were really dependent on me for the pushing the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Like Danielle, she's like ahead of me a little bit, but she was like cupcake,
right,
barnyard, backpack. Like
mm-hmm.
when I did it without me saying it, and so some of those students were waiting for me to say the blended thing together, so to say the blended word. And so I could just tell facially and like comfort wise that they were really heavily dependent on my modeling, and my doing it with them throughout the whole thing. And I think that if I had asked them to do it on their own, that they wouldn't have been able to.
Okay. So that's going to be like my push for you, and I think you already know, is allowing them to actually struggle,
Yeah.
and so that you know for sure, you're not just guessing that they don't know, but you know for sure. And then also, I know Danielle was like the loudest, and you could hear her, but even the other ones, like Isabella, who else was in the corner?
Javi.
Isabella and Javi, like, could you fully hear them doing it?
I could hear Isabella, but not Javi, and Javi's already really soft-spoken.
Yeah. So I think the biggest push that I have for you is allowing them to struggle, so letting them do the heavy lifting so that you can get a clear picture of the check for understanding.
Yeah, especially now that, it's the same words and I've already done the procedure with them. I think that it should be, I should let go a little bit.
And that's like one of the hardest things in being a kindergarten teacher, like to begin with, is that letting go piece.
Right.
But the thing is, you're not going to be able to support them if you don't fully know who does have it and who doesn't have it and what it is that they're struggling with.
I wanted so badly for it to all look pretty. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel a lot of the time. It's like, I just want it to be clean.
Yeah.
And so, How can you give me an example of like the procedure?
100%. And we're gonna practice that.
I was like, because I got it by the second group, but even with the first group,
definitely,
like my turn, your turn was a little bit mixed up.
Definitely. So that's going to be part of what we're going to be doing is like actually practicing, so you know what it looks like, and I'll give you some of those strategies that like I use with my groups, because what I want you to be able to tell me tomorrow is like, when Javi is putting two words together, he can like do it like half of the time, or he like completely invents a new word that's like nonsensical. Yeah. So you're gonna know what the misconception, like what exactly it is that they're struggling with. Because I know, like for example, in my group, Darlene, if we do like N-O, she'll say like cupcake. Like it'll be completely off. So it's like, okay, we need to really like clarify what blending is for her and get some more direct practice. Okay. So we're going to practice that. But before we jump into that, I want to talk a little bit about the student work. So again, for phonics, there were two skills. So the blending was the first part, and there's no student work. And then this is sort of the writing, right? They're learning how to do
like, fine motor skills.
The fine motor skills, exactly. So what did you notice from the student work?
I noticed, and I think that honestly, going over best work at the end, the students really, really understand. Hopefully, I think they have a way more clear understanding of what I mean.
Good.
Because the ones that did look good looked really, really good.
Yeah.
But like I noticed that, it's like alternating,
right?
Or it's not like every single one. You know what I mean? And it's like, here too. I was like,
who is that?
Danielle.
Oh my god.
I was like, what in the, what is this? What is this?
Yes.
But I felt bad. I showed Ariane on the thing. I was like, you guys, this is not best work. Because
that's okay.
I was like, is this best work? Everyone's like,
yeah.
But I covered his name.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
He
probably
just
didn't even know what it says.
No, like this is not best work.
Yeah.
That's like, Leon, he is struggling a little bit though. It's like fine motor skill wise as well.
That's okay. Honestly, this doesn't scare me.
Okay.
This is.
It was like just the hump.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I do need to be a lot more clear. This is Jonathan Varela.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
He at least procedurally could understand.
He
Pencil first
understood
and then
the
crayon.
instructions.
But he's always trying to rocket through stuff. He's always trying to go really, really fast and be done. And I'm like, Jonathan, just take your time.
Okay.
Like, go
Mhm,
slow,
mhm.
connect the dots, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, oh my gosh, like none of them
But, okay. So procedurally, like, they're not
I'm
getting
gonna have them go over it.
to the point of best work because they don't fully, it looks like this group doesn't fully understand the criteria for what best work is.
Yeah. It's like they know about the name, and then at that point, I guess it's just like over. Eugene does know. Eugene knows.
Yeah. And this is starting to be your second group, right?
Yeah.
It's clear that your second group
Has a better understanding.
It's
like, because I feel like I am saying it, but I think maybe my low group needed to see that. Needed to see what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to bring this tomorrow, too.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is this best work? No. But then I explained it to him. No, I stopped him. I was like, stop.
Okay.
That's not what you do. And then that's when I brought it back to him.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
And,
But I partial.
But not even. Where's the pencil?
No.
She didn't even do the line.
No, she didn't. She did the first page.
Yeah.
So, and then I see here, similar to things to what I was saying in the first group. So, one of the things that I was noticing when they were starting is that some of them were just tracing the whole camel.
Yeah.
Some of them were, so some of them weren't starting at the star. Some of them were like starting here.
Okay.
And then also, and then the tripod grip, which is like these things seem like they're not necessarily important, but then
not the tripod.
Oh, and then the last thing is that some of them were starting at the bottom, instead of the top.
Yeah. On the paper, I've noticed that too. That they're not starting at the right space on the paper.
So again, this is the reason it like feels a little nitpicky, but all these little things for kinder are like important because it's reestablishing that, okay, we always, like, we read. When we read, we begin at the top left. When we write, we begin at the top left. So these different, like, foundational skills.
Loud,
yeah. So we start at the top, or we start at the left, and then, like, you can make, like, a little, you know.
Yeah, a little.
Jingle out of everything. I know you hear me.
I know. I love it. I'm like,
Okay. So first, the most important thing I would say for this piece is modeling first.
Okay.
So rather than just having them be like, okay, go.
Yeah.
I would have one of these yourself.
I usually do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just so they know.
Yes.
And then you'd be like, we start at the star.
Yeah.
And then, do we start here? No.
Okay.
And even doing a couple things like that.
Yeah.
Where we start at the
I'm
star.
going to write this down. I don't know. Writing, I'm never going to look at it again, but it just helps internalize it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. It's like I have so many notes that I've never looked at, but it's because I never had to.
Once you write it, you get it.
Once I write it, I have it. Okay. Just procedurally modeling IP examples and non-examples.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then also setting them up with their tripod grip before they begin.
Okay.
So I always go like, give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Show me your pointer finger. Go.
Yeah.
Get your middle finger and go pinchy pinchy.
I love it though. And they probably love it too. Okay. And then, like that.
Yeah.
So I noticed some of them like this. Is that?
That's okay.
Incorrect. Okay.
No, that's fine. Anything where they're really like you feel like they have a grip, and then so my group, for example, some of them were like going like this.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, make sure you're close to the tip.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you'll have more control and be
nice
and neat. And then even like as you're going and modeling, you're like slow and steady. You know, just like showing them really. And then as they're doing it, I would have them do the first page with you. Okay. And then as they're going, like
and go with crayon.
Like, oh, look, Ariank is going so slow and steady. He's using his tripod grip. To me.
Hump.
Yes. So, quickly tell me, for this piece, what are you going to do tomorrow for the?
So tomorrow,
for the.
I'm gonna continue to have it out for them.
Mhm.
Continue to have their name up. But
Mhm.
what I would do differently in terms of setting them up for IP would be to show them the paper and then model myself where I start on the page,
Mhm.
what order I go in.
Mhm.
Just like when we're talking, you know, on the practice, you know what I mean? We go from here, we go from left to right. Left to right.
Right. Yeah.
And then do
Beautiful.
a couple of non-examples. Like, am I going to start with this one? No. I'm going to start with this one? No. And then I'm also going to model a couple of slow ones and then crayon over it.
Mhm.
And then maybe even show them
Yeah.
somebody's that got it, you know, somebody who, you know, did pencil and crayon.
Yes. Perfect.
Not in this group. I had a bunch of perfect ones in the other group. But yeah.
Awesome. That sounds great. And I think that's really going to help with their writing skills in the long run. Cool. So now moving on to the blending, which is definitely like going to be the toughest piece, especially with that first group.
Yeah.
So what I'd love to do is I have the lesson plan here.
Yeah.
So like actually look at it
Yeah.
and do some direct practice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, here's the warm-up, and they're actually different words.
Yeah, I saw that.
For tomorrow, okay? So, to begin with, I think, you know, definitely doing this model and showing them. So, do this part for me.
Okay. My turn. Are you going to do it? No. It's Nastav's going to do it. Watch with your eyes. Your spoons are folded. Okay. Bath. Tub. Bathtub. One more time. Bath. Tub. Bathtub. Is Miss Nastav opening up both hands at the same time?
No.
One at a time. Bath. Tub. Bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
And then have everybody. It's like bathtub. Slow it down. Bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
And slow it down. I think I was going like you know, Macarena, you know, and so I think that, yeah.
Yes. And so now when you move on to like letting go after you do the modeling,
Yeah.
what is that going to look like?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, do I tell them what the word parts that they're going to put together are? Like, do I go swing, set, and then stop?
So,
And hear them? You know what I mean? Or, like, at what point?
Yeah.
And how do I set them up to do it?
So first, when you're modeling,
Yes.
I would be explicit with like bath. My first word is bath.
Okay.
Tub. My second word is tub. I'm going to put these two words together. Bath, tub. Bathtub.
Okay.
Do you see how I did that? I had bath, tub. I put them together. Bathtub.
Okay.
Just so they really understand that what blending is.
Yeah.
You can write on this one if you want.
Well, I have
No, you like to.
mine, you know, I'm just going to transfer this. It's okay. Okay. Be explicit. First word, second word. Did you see how I... Okay. Yes.
Okay.
That'll help me.
So now with, like once you move on to this part, giving them the parts. Swing, set. Listen again. Swing, set. We're going to put them together. Think in your brain. Once I clap, don't say it. Think in your brain what it's going to be. Swing, set. Thumbs up when you think you know. So it's like giving them that wait time because some of them are going to process differently. Like Danielle, she knows right away. But maybe Javi would know, or maybe Ariane would know if he had a little bit more processing time, okay? So then, swing, set, everybody, you don't say it.
Swing set.
And then you're looking and listening. Okay? But you're not saying it.
Okay.
You're listening.
Yep.
And then if you see that a few of them didn't get it, then having them, like, calling on that student directly and, like, swing set. Swing set. Everybody swing set. Swing set. And practicing a few times.
Cool, with the same word.
With the same word before moving on. And then another thing that's really going to help you check for understanding and know 100% who's got it and who doesn't is, so first, like, going through these, just like I said. And then being like, okay, Javi, your turn. Swing, set, everybody. Swing, set, swing,
so
set.
A little bit of, like, planned cold calling. Yes,
I would go, it still works, yeah. I would go directly in a circle, like, Danielle, your turn. Bath, room, only Danielle. Bathroom, everybody. Bathroom, bathroom. So it's like you hear and you're 100% checking for understanding with her. And then the other students are still getting an additional hit.
So in terms of students who are really uncomfortable with the language, like Julian, he just, like, won't share. He won't. And even if I let him share in Spanish, he won't do it. So it's just, like, forcing him to.
I mean, I think, like, he, not necessarily forcing him to, but I would, like...
How do you lessen the pressure that he feels?
When you're, okay, I have a good idea.
Because it's like I'm smiling at him, but then it's like...
So when you're doing the think time, when you're like, bath, room, friends, think about it, I would go to him and be like, will he whisper to you? Like, maybe, like, if he whispers to you, and then you can be like, awesome. Okay. So it's, like, helping him a little bit.
And not do it in front of everybody, not be like, everybody, look at him.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that yet if he's uncomfortable with that, because that could make it worse.
Yeah.
So once he builds fully that trust with his group, too, then we'll see improvement. But, like, little pushes. And then maybe, like, once he says it to you quietly and you're like, affirming, maybe then he'll do it out loud.
More comfortable.
Awesome. Okay, so can you choose one of these words to practice?
Yes, as the model additionally.
Not as the model, but as the
letting them struggle.
Letting them struggle, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. All right. Let me think. My first word is snow. My second word is flake.
Flake.
Now listen. Think. Snow. Flake. Think in your brain. When you think that you know what it might be, show me a thumb up. Danielle knows. She knows. She's not shouting it out. Javi thinks he knows. Okay, everybody, all together.
Snowflake. Snowflake.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. So you gave that wait time. I would have them say it, like, after you do it the first time.
Be like
snowflake. Okay, everybody say it with me. Snowflake. Now think.
Okay.
So have them say it with you after you say it the first time. Okay. So it's only your turn the first time when you introduce it, and then everybody, and then the think time.
But don't do it till you clap. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do one more.
All right. Okay. Alrighty. Watch me. You're not doing it. Are you doing it? No. Don't get tricked. That's how I feel sometimes. Okay. Inside. What is it? Inside. Think. What's that new word going to be when you mush those together? Let's make that and show me a thumb up. Awesome. Let's do it all together. Inside.
Inside. Good.
Better?
Yes, because they're, again, that processing time and then that repetition, we'll have heard it 3 times before they put it together.
Yep.
Okay?
That makes sense, yep.
So, tomorrow I'm going to listen in for the, like, checks for understanding specifically and that, like, letting go during your first group.
Cool.
Okay? Sound good?
Yes. That sounds awesome.
But you're doing such a great job. And, I mean, that was my first time actually getting to, like, see you during phonics, which is cool because it's hard. I don't always get to do that.
I know. Today I'm just, like, having this weird feeling of, like, I feel good behaviorally and procedurally, but now I'm starting to worry about
the content.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. You're going to be great. Okay?
Yeah.
High five. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Oh.